Jai Jagannath. Hello students. Good morning everybody. Let us learn the English grammar class 10 chapter 4 non-finite verb forms Board of Secondary Education Odisha. Let us discuss about the verb forms. If we think of verbs, there are two kinds of verbs, finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs with tense, non-finite verbs without tense. We have learned a lot about finite verbs, tense and aspect in class 9 and 10, but we are least concerned about non-finite verbs. Today, let us discuss something about non-finite verb forms. Let us discuss two examples. He wants to go home. He wanted to go home. We know that every simple must have a finite verb. Without a finite verb, a simple sentence cannot be formed. And the first auxiliary verb carries tense, and hence it is a finite verb. And all other verbs following in that verb group are non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs have no agreement with the subject. You examine the two examples. He wants to go home. Here in this sentence, subject is he, and wants is there because he is third. Subject is here, third person singular number. When the subject changes, is there the same, and but to go in the non-finite is there the same. In the second sentence, he wanted to go home. The subject is he, but tense is different. Past tense. He wanted to go home. So wants and wanted finite verb because they carry tense. To go in both the sentences are the examples of non-finites. Okay? Am I clear? There are two types of verbs with the concept of tense. There we know finite verbs and non-finite verbs. So what is a finite verb? A finite verb is a verb which is marked for tense. A finite verb is linked with the tense. If it is delinked, it is non-finite. From a finite verb, we can say whether it is present tense or past tense. For example, he came yesterday. Came is the verb. It is a finite verb. Why? Because from this verb, we can say it is past tense. The verb carries past tense, so it is a finite verb. And non-finite verb, a non-finite verb is a verb which is not marked for tense. From non-finite verb, we can't say whether they are present or past. The book may have been written. Here may is the finite verb. The rest other have been written. Have been written is the non-finite verb. Why? We know the verbal group is the may have been written, and the first verb may is a finite verb, and others have been written are non-finite verbs. So take another example. She is singing a song. The corona patient may have been killed. Here, a past sentence is the finite verb, singing is the non-finite verb. The second sentence, may the finite verb, have been killed is the non-finite verb. In the above sentences, we mark that the past auxiliary in the verb group takes tense, hence it is a finite verb. All other verbs following it in that verb group are non-finite verbs, as singing and have been killed. We can form a sentence with a finite verb, but we can't form a sentence with a finite verb. That is the difference. Difference between a finite and non-finite verb. So we can write, I made Priyanka write the words correctly. I want Priyanka to get the medal. But we can't write Priyanka write the words correctly. It is unacceptable, it is ungrammatical. Why? Because right is here non-finite. And Priyanka to get medal, it is also unacceptable. It is also ungrammatical because to get and is non-finite. So with the help of non-finite verb, we can't make sentences. So let us compare another one. I want Pupun to drive the car. I want to drive the car. Two sentences are there. I want Pupun to drive the car means Pupun will drive the car. I want it. I want to, that means in the past sentence we know that Pupun is the subject in the finite, non-finite clause. Pupun to drive. I want to drive the second sentence. I want to drive the car means I shall drive the car. So here the subject of the non-finite clause is not given, and here the subject of this non-finite verb to drive is I. So you see, remark that the subject of the non-finite clause in A is Pupun, it is very clear. But the subject of the non-finite clause in 2 is not given. It is on the other hand, the subject of the main clause I, which acts as the understood subject of the non-finite clause. So we may say that whether given or understood, there is a subject in a non-finite clause. So let us remember some main points about non-finite verb forms. First thing is non-finite verbs carry no tense. Second thing, they can't occur independently in simple sentences. Thirdly, they can, however, occur independently in a non-finite subordinate clauses. Then let us discuss types of non-finite verbs. We know non-finite verbs can be one of the 4 types as given below. One is to infinitive, second is bare infinitives, third is ing forms of the verb or present participle, and fourth is en form of the verb or past participle. For example, examples are there. They want Sima to write the letter. Here, want is the finite verb, to write is the non-finite verb. To write is a to infinitive. They made Sima write the letter. Made is the main verb in this sentence, and write is the non-finite, and it is write is in bare infinitive. Means fine infinitive, or verb without to. Then third example, we saw Sima writing the letter. Here saw is the finite verb, writing is the non-finite verb, and writing is the ing form of the verb. And we found the letters written. Here found is the main verb and written is the non-finite verb. And written is the en form of the verb or past participle form of the verb. Let us discuss the first type of verb, that is two infinitives. So two infinitives occur in direct different positions in a sentence. In the subject position of a sentence, as an object of a verb, as a complement of a verb, and in adjunct position also. First let us discuss two infinitives in the subject position of a sentence. To err is human, to forgive is divine. To work is your sheep. You know, when who can be a subject? A noun or noun phrase or pronoun or noun clause can be a subject. So to a though non-finite verb for the function here is a noun or subject. To work is a worship. Then to infinitive is used as also object of the verbs. I hope to see you again. Hope is the main verb, and to see is the object of the verb hope. The prisoner managed to escape. He failed to attend the meeting. Failed is the main verb. To attend is the non-finite verb, and it's the object of the main verb failed. And in the third example, 2 plus infinitives as a complement of the verb. 2 plus infinitives can be used as a complement of the subject or verb. You see, my duty is to sweep the floor. Here, my duty is the main verb or be verb. So, here complement is to sweep. So, he seems to be a clever boy. Seems is a linking verb. We know after seems is to be is a is the complement of the verb. So we know this to infinitive is used as a complement in a sentence. Then to infinitives also used as adjunct. In I need a box to keep my books. He killed a tiger to save his friend. To save, to keep are the two infinitives and they are used as adjunct. Adjunct to additional parts of the sentence. That means we may or may not use. If we take away from the sentence will not be meaningless. It is not compulsory, not obligatory, but it is the additional part of the or optional part of the sentence. I need a box. He killed a tiger. That is complete sentence. He killed a tiger. To save his friend. To save gives additional information. It is optional part of the sentence. So it is adjunct. So to infinitive can be used as a adjunct. The non-finite verbs after the following ones are usually used to infinitives. After these following verbs, two infinitives are used. We should keep in mind this is very important. Agree, demand, hesitate, need, refuse, appear, desire, hope, request, seem, attend, expect, intend, plan, tend, claim, fail, learn, prepare, want, decide, forget, manage, pretend, wish. So after these verbs, two infinitives are used. So let us discuss three comparisons. Verb plus two infinitive, verb plus noun plus two infinitive. Verb plus two infinitive means I hope to see you soon. He tried to learn English. You see, hope is the finite verb, and after that, to non-finite verb, to infinitive is used. There is no noun phrase in between the main verb and to infinitive. No other words can come between verb and to infinitives in these cases. And other verbs of this type are begin, deserve, preserve, try, and remember, etc. When they come as main verb or doing there is no word used in between these verbs and to infinitive. Let us take another situation. Verb plus noun plus to infinitive. How? He requested me to help him. Requested is the main verb. After that, noun phrase is me. Our pronoun that is the function is here noun phrase. So he requested me to help him. So requested is the main verb and to help is the to infinitive and me is the noun phrase, pronoun or a function of noun phrase in between main verb and to infinitive. So they forced me to attend a meeting. We can use a noun phrase between the verb and to infinitive. The other verbs of this type are advise, allow, command, compel, force, instruct, invite, order, permit, remind, tell, etc. You are advised. I advise you to do the work. He forced me to do the work. Then another situation is some verbs are there after which verbs both the verb plus to infinitive or verb plus noun phrase plus to infinitive can be used. I asked to beg pardon. I asked him to go home. Here, ask to beg is the to infinitive used after main verb. There is no word or noun phrase in between main verb and to infinitive. But in the second situation, I asked him to go home. Asked is the main verb and to go is the to infinitive and him is the noun phrase in between them. So these verbs, she wanted to buy a car, she wanted me to buy a car. So the verbs like ask, expect, want and like normally take both the to infinitive and noun phrase plus to infinitive after them. So let us discuss two infinitives after adjectives. We use it is easy to do it. They were lucky to win the prize. It was stupid of him to resign. So let us discuss another kind of non-finite that is bare infinitives. or zero infinitives or phi infinitives, we can say, or without two. Now, no infinitives without two. Most of the modal auxiliaries verbs are followed by bare infinitives. Example, I can swim. You might come. They should go. So most of the modal verbs are followed by bare infinitives. The verbs like let, make, help, have, see, hear, watch, notice are followed by bare infinitives. Please let us go home. Here go is there bare infinitive. It is non-finite and the verb is bare infinitive without to. Why? Because it is followed by let verb, main verb. I saw him cross the road. I heard her sing a song. So sing is the non-finite verb. It is bare infinitive. It is used after the main verb here. So it is in bare infinitive. I made him give the money back. They felt the door vibrate. Vibrate is the non-finite. Is the bare infinitive. Why? It is used after the verb feel. So after the verb feel, it is used. Bare infinitive is used. You see, take the comparison. Take comparisons. I made him see the print. He was made to see the print. So when we say that main verb is make, so we usually use non-bare infinitive after that. As in the first sentence, I made him see the print. See in bare infinitive is used after the made verb, make verb. But in the second sentence, after the make verb, her main verb make, to see, to infinitive is used. Why? Because the first sentence is in active voice and second sentence in passive voice. So I made him see the print. He was made to see the print. You had better leave this place. I would rather look into it. Would rather and had rather after the would rather or after had better we also or we use a bare infinitive. Let us discuss another form of the verb, that is ing form of the verb or present participle. I enjoy swimming. I saw him playing cricket. Swimming here is the verb form ing or present participle, we can say. The I enjoy the main verb, and I saw him playing cricket. Playing is the non-finite. It is the ing form of the verb or present participle form of the verb, and saw is the main verb here in this sentence. In the above examples, we have seen the use of the ing form of the verbs in the sentences. So let us see uses of the ing form of the verb or present participles in the sentences. First, ing form of the verb in the subject position. Swimming is a good exercise. Swimming here is the ing form of the verb, but here the function is a noun function. It is called verbal noun, or it is called gerund. And second situation is ing forms as object of the verb. How? Stop talking. I can't help laughing. Stop talking. Talking is the ing form of the verb, and it is used after the finite verb stop. So it is the object of talking, the non-finite verb, ing form of the verb is used as the object of the verb stop. And the situation ing forms as used as an object of the preposition. So how? We suspected him of telling lies. He gave us smoking cigarettes. So suspected him of telling lies. You see, telling is the ing form of the verb, non-finite verb, and it is the object of the preposition of. And so another situation is ing form of a verb can be used as adjunct. Okay. How? I lost my bag traveling in the train. He rode away carrying the bride with him. Traveling, carrying are the examples of ing form of the verb non-finite, and they are used as adjunct. Because if you eradicate, if you remove, the sentence is not meaningless. I lost my bag. Complete sentence. So it is additional part. So it is adjunct. Then the last form of the verb is en forms of the past participle. For example, I got my hair cut. She felt insulted in the meeting. He had your name called. You see, caught, insulted, called are the examples of en forms or a past participle form of a non-finite verb. So, en forms of let us discuss about their uses. En forms as a subject complement. They became interested. He seemed disappointed. Became, seemed linking verbs. After became and seem usually complement comes. Interested is the non-finite, is the en form of the verb or past participle. It is complement. Why? Because the sentence cannot be completed without the help of this en form of the verb. It is obligatory or a compulsory part of the verb. Another thing is it is used after become verb, become and seem verb. And en forms as an object complement. I got my car repaired. She has his tooth pulled out. Pulled, repaired are the examples of complements. And here repaired is the complement of my car. My car is the object in this sentence. So repair, the en form of the verb and unfinitely used as a object complement. His tooth is the object. He has his tooth pulled out. You see, so this is the situation. So let us take some meaning differences. There are certain verbs which can be followed either by an ing form or by an true infinitive. Usually, this brings about a slight change in meaning. For example, he stopped smoking. He stopped to smoke. What is the difference? He stopped smoking means he has had a bad habit of smoking. So he gave up that bad habit. Here, smoking means he stopped smoking means he gave up his bad habit of smoking. And he stopped to smoke, it is the meaning is different. That means he was on his way and he stopped. Suppose he was in his car, he stopped somewhere under the tree and he stopped on the way. Why? In order to smoke a cigarette. So he stopped smoking, he stopped to smoke are used, but meaning is different. Take another example of a different meaning. I prefer going by air. That means I am fond of going by air. Most of the time I go by air. It is a general preference. But I prefer to go by train this time on a particular journey. When you think of particular, it is true imperative. When it is general reference, it is ing form is used. Another situation you see, I saw him cross the road. Here, action is complete. I saw him cross the road means he is across the road. When I saw him, he was not on the way. He already crossed the road. I saw him cross the road. That means the action is complete. But I saw him crossing the road means when I saw him, he was just crossing. The action incomplete or in progress. So I saw him cross the road. I saw him crossing the road. Both of them are correct. But here cross here is the bare infinitive, meaning the action is complete, and crossing is the ing form, and the meaning is here incomplete. So, dear friends, let us sum up the chapter. So, non-finite verb forms are of two types, infinitives and non-infinitives. And infinitives are of two types, two infinitives and bare infinitives. Two infinitives like to write, to read, to play, to work, like this, everything else. A bare infinitives means a finite infinitive or zero infinitive or a verb without to, and that is, for example, write. And non-infinitives are of two types, ing forms and en forms. Ing forms mean present participle, as writing and writing, reading, playing, like these things. So en forms are the examples, the third form of the verb or past participle we can say, that is written, read, caught, so like this, these are the examples. So I think you will have a good and a clear idea about non-finite verb forms. Thank you everybody. Best of luck.